Alright, so we're done with Lord of the Rings. That was great. What do you want to do for our next episode for our intros?
Okay, intros.
Oh, I got an idea. Harry Potter.
Okay, we just got done with the parody thing, so we would try to come up with something other than parody.
No, I got you. More, not parody. Okay. How about Jesus. How about Die Hard? You know, like we could be running from.
That's parody too.
Oh yeah. Good point. All right, that's cool.
New.
A New Hope. Star Wars. We could do like from the beginning, like young Anakin to an older.
I said no parody. Do you have any original ideas?
Original ideas. The Avengers. We could do the Avengers. I could be Thor, because, the whole beard thing. And you could do Captain America, and then we could get, we could do Batman versus Superman. That would be good. I think that could be. Everyone, welcome to Matube. My name's Steve.
I'm Chris.
And this is a new episode.
This is part 3 of our Money series.
Yes. And we're not covering the normal money stuff, I don't think. We're covering interesting aspects of money. And I think this is one of the more interesting ones so far, is we're covering consumerism.
So not even anything overtly political. It ties in. But yeah, it doesn't all have to be political with us. It can just be random observations. They don't get more random than us.
Ain't that the truth, bro? Here you go, girlfriend. What is consumerism? We're not going to tell you. Plot twist!
Actually, what we did is we hit 18 clues throughout the continental United States, and we follow one to the next, and we'll see you in 6 months.
Oh no, it's going to take longer than 6 months.
Your clues were that insidious?
Yeah.
That Edward Nygma-ish?
What'd you call me? So consumerism is buying stuff.
Right. Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Where I would like to start personally is with unfortunately one of our greatest tragedies in American history, 9/11. Our president at the time, George W. Bush, after the tragedy, he came out and instead of really trying to rally people, and be like, we're America, we're strong, we're this, that, and everything, he's like, go out and buy stuff.
Pretty much was my takeaway from understand, you want to make the point of, no, you didn't break our spirit, we're not afraid, we're gonna, keep doing what we're doing, but consumerism, that's like a small part, or should be a small part of what it is to be American.
But it seems that it's more and more becoming part of being American. One of the greatest things that we have is the fact that we have globalization, and you can buy, a TV for $1.50 now. You know what I mean? Like, whereas back in the day, you didn't have. It was $600-700 for just a regular TV. Now you got a 75,000-inch TV for $1.50, and that's great.
$150, $175, somewhere there.
Well, it's been a while since I priced them. Has it gone up?
And inflation. With your usual insightful comments and questions concerning consumerism, here is Jessica Baird. Let's hear it.
Hey guys, so I definitely think that consumerist culture turns the freaking frogs gang!
That is a very good observation, Jessica. Through consumerism, we may yet find a way back to a production economy through the manufacture of gay frogs.
Right. What? In all reality, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad when it comes to consumerism attitude for a nation. One, it keeps the economy up because the more money that's in circulation in an economy, the better the economy tends to do. Whereas the opposite of consumerism is saving, and when you're saving it, you're not spending it, therefore it's not in the actual, it's not being rotated throughout the economy.
It's one of those things where sometimes what might be the smartest from an individual standpoint might not work out as well for the collective standpoint.
Exactly. And me and Chris both take kind of a different look at this issue. I tend to be more of a consumer myself. You know, I spend it as fast as I can make it. It's the reason I have 2 jobs, so I can spend more money. Like, I don't mind living paycheck to paycheck as long as all my bills are paid. Whereas Chris, I think, is more savings.
Now, in practice, I'm pretty much the same boat as you, Steve. I don't have a savings yet, but I want to. Maybe I will sink my savings into gold ingots or maybe just gold plate everything I own, and that'd be a nice hedge.
Gold-plated jiggly hat.
Oh,
But the balls
got
wouldn't
no
jingle
idea.
though if they were completely gold, would they?
new, custom-made gold jinglies.
One of our good friends and another YouTuber, Maxwell Horn, you can search on YouTube for him. He just put up an episode not too long ago talking about don't buy useless stuff. And he was kind of touching on the same subject that we're talking about. And his idea was if you don't buy all the useless stuff that you don't need, you can eventually golf on the moon. Well, I'll never golf on the moon. Not working where I work, not making the pay I make. It's too... The system's too rigged to try to save enough money. By the time I save enough to retire, I will be too old to retire. I'll be dead.
It's a hell of a severance plan.
Right? I always say, like, I don't mind spending money because I can make more. So if I buy, a TV or a video game or something, stupid or silly that I really don't need that I'm just going to end up throwing away anyway, I don't mind too much. I think if I ever get to a point where I can't work anymore and I can't keep up on my bills and stuff, then I might actually start to try to save and be a little more frugal.
On the other side of that, there's times where I had a saving and then something happened and it's gone. It's like, oh wow, that was pointless. But was it really? What would have happened if that wasn't there?
Here's a question for you, Chris. Do you think the average person should save money or spend money or a little mixture of both?
I'm going to say a little bit of both, because a big part of sticking with a savings plan is giving yourself regular rewards, maybe on a certain time frame of, okay, if I save this much, I'm going to buy this. Otherwise, you're just going to get frustrated and it feels like it's all work, no play, and you'll break. You're going to say, screw it all, I'm buying the Smurfs collectible tea set.
I haven't put that on eBay yet.
Maybe we can work out a barter thing.
Okay, well, after this, when it comes to saving and spending, I like to think of the marshmallow study. You've heard of this, right?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Thanks to more radio.
Oh, yes. We mentioned it on our podcast called Maradio.
On Vivi Media. Thanks, Reese.
Go to vivimedia.org and you can listen to it. Or go to SoundCloud and you can listen to us on the radio and also listen to Reese on the Blood Podcast, where he interviews some really, really interesting people.
It's good stuff.
Yes.
What would an episode on consumerism be without commercials, right?
You know, Chris, I wish my coffee did something more than just wake me up in the morning.
Me too, man. I just feel like something missing.
Yeah, like just something extra.
Is your coffee not leaving you satisfied enough? Are your frogs not gay enough? Well, drink Gay Frog Coffee from Infowars.com.
That's right. If you drink new Gay Frog coffee from Infowars, your frogs will become gay.
Not just a little gay. Guaranteed to get your frogs their gayest. That's right. Double the caffeine, double the fluoride.
Yes. And not only do we soak our beans in fluoride for 72 hours, we make sure all the coffee plants are fed water with fluoride. It is guaranteed to turn your frogs gay.
Don't take our word for it, just listen to this testimonial.
Do you see that frog with that Prada handbag? That frog gear that Richard Simmons starred in Brokeback Mountain Broadway edition.
Absolutely.
Order today at www.alexjonesgayfrogcoffee.com/Infowars.com. Not available in store. Not guaranteed to turn your frogs gay. Just kind of gay. Maybe a little bit more than normal. Like kind of semi-gay. Maybe just a tiny bit gayer than they were before.
It's not just the frogs that are turning gay.
You go, girl.
So the marshmallow study was done in the, I believe, late 60s, early 70s. And what they did is they took a bunch of different kids from all different backgrounds, and they gave them a marshmallow and said, if you don't eat this marshmallow in an hour, you get another marshmallow. Interesting enough, there were some kids that ate the marshmallow right away. There were some kids who waited the whole hour, no problem, just kind of chilled. And then there were some kids who wanted to wait, but couldn't, and they were like, one little kid was trying so hard not to eat the marshmallow that he was literally banging his head on the table. When they went back and looked at these kids in the future, they saw that the kids that waited the longest to eat the marshmallow or waited the whole hour tended to be less addicted to drugs, tended to graduate high school more, had better jobs, better financial security, these sorts of things.
That's really something how a lot of those patterns of behavior can start.
Yeah,
that early.
these were young kids. These were like 6, 7, 8 years old. And the whole moral of this study, I guess you could say, or the reason for the study, is to show that if you put off gratification, and you're able to put off gratification, you tend to be better off in the long run because, okay, so you save $1 now, well, in the future you'll have $2. So these kids that were able to do that and just naturally do it tended to be able to do that in normal life situations. Whereas someone like me, I think I fall in somewhere around where that kid is banging his head on the table because I know that if I could just save or if I could just wait a little bit to buy this TV, then I could get a better TV. But if I buy it now, I have it now. So it's this eternal struggle of when to buy something, when to save.
And yeah, with how early some of these habits start getting formed, I still don't want to treat it though like there's no way to change that. You can condition yourself into something, condition yourself out of something.
Yeah, I agree.
In the words of one Robert Plant, there are 2 roads you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on.
Although you said 2 paths diverge in the woods, and I choose the one less traveled by, and that doesn't make all the difference.
I think that was Dumbledore.
A good example of how consumerism has kind of taken over since, last 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it might be. You got to look back at some of the Christmases that I had as a kid. It didn't matter if it was from my mom or from my dad. We would all usually get like one main present. Then you'd get like 1 or 2 small presents. And then you would get, like a stocking, with like maybe a stocking stuffer and some candy.
That's not too far from what I had. I mean,
Yeah.
you get like, a small assortment of the smaller, cheaper type presents, and then for me, it'd be one big one that me and my brother would share.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole. Sometimes it would be the one big present would be a big one that we would share. I
Like,
forgot about that.
one year was the Bat Cave. That was awesome.
A few years ago, I actually had a girlfriend. I know, sorry to leave. I had a girlfriend. And she had a son. And it was her turn to have her son for Christmas. So she wanted to, like, spoil him. That kid probably got 20 to 30 presents. I'm not joking, just from her. It was now, granted, she was a good shopper, so she didn't waste a ton of money on it. But that's the ability that we have now with a lot of products made in China and Taiwan and overseas, is you can buy a ton of stuff for a small amount. For the amount that, equivalent of what we got when we were kids, you can get 100 gifts. And I personally like that.
Days with Christmas, it's almost an expectation that you should break the bank, that you should go deep into credit debt just for Christmas.
Yeah, that's one of the big, like, Black Friday and all that stuff, where people go out and they spend thousands of dollars on gifts, and you're like, that's great, I'm glad you can, but you just max out every credit card, and you...
People are treating it just commonplace. You have $5,000 in credit debt because of Christmas now, just on that one day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think rampant buy is a great idea. I will say something in favor of not trying to have this massive savings, and that's what you were referring to obliquely with the rigged system, with how hard it is to build a savings when that savings won't be worth as much in 10, 20 years as it is when you put the money in.
Yeah.
Thanks to inflation, thanks to the Fed, thanks to next episode.
Like, what are we doing next episode?
The money / the Fed.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Hey guys, so I definitely think that consumerist culture turns the freaking frogs gay!
Did you even bother to look and see what the video was before we put it on there?
Hey guys, so I definitely think that consumerist culture turns the freaking frogs gay!
That's a great question, Jess. Where does the Libertarian platform stand on consumerism?
We're for it.